Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And I think I have sauce on my face, do I?
No, I told
Like
you before
this?
the show you didn't have sauce on your
I thought you
face.
said yes.
No, not at all. Thank you all for joining us. We sincerely appreciate it. For everyone that's joining us live at youtube.com/scarish and twitch.tv/scarish podcast, we sincerely appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. A little bit late of a start, but hey, that happens. We're about 2 minutes behind because some devices were not charged and the stream wasn't working, which just randomly starts to happen nowadays, but we've troubleshot it so many times. It's like we know the exact steps to go through, so not too much of a delay. So tonight, we're going to read Homegrown Horrors. Robin, what's a homegrown horror?
Homegrown horrors are the stories of paranormal, supernatural events and experiences that you folks have had, or your family has had, or some friends, and they share it with you. You share it with us. We share it with the world.
Indeed. If you have a story like that you would like to share, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to our website, scarish.com, click on Contact Us, and send it our way. You can also go to any of our social medias and hit us up. We have Facebook, which is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can tweet at us at scarishpod, or go to Instagram and talk to us. That's at scarishpodcast. What's up? You just have this face on like I've done something wrong.
Because my iPad is upside down so I can charge it, I can't type.
Okay. So yeah, that's the kind of show we're going to have tonight, so I hope you're strapped in and ready. I will say that we have started to run some ads in our show. We addressed it last episode. We're not going to run them at the beginning of the show. We're going to try and run them in the middle and the end. They're not too long. What actually lines up really well with this is the fact that we had talked about taking a break during the Storytime episodes. If you listen to these when they come out on Friday, you won't notice it at all. But if you watch us live, the Storytime episodes sometimes take 2.5, 3 hours. And there's been several instances where Robin has absolutely abandoned me to run to the restroom because she was about to poop or pee her pants. And we can all understand that sometimes when nature calls, you gotta go. So we're going to try and place that in the middle of the episode, and we're actually just going to take a quick break so that we can go ahead and let nature call, and then we'll come right back. So probably after, for the folks that are watching this live, it'll probably be after the third. And after we run the ads too, anyone who joins the channel won't have to watch ads, because we're basically pulling them off of how when you join the channel you have to watch it, and making it so that if you join the channel you don't have to worry about it because we ran a commercial break basically. So just to let you know, that's what's going to happen, so you're not shocked and appalled when that goes through. But do you know who's starting? I'm going to guess I'm going to be reading the first email of the night.
I think I have my email set up, so it's up to you.
Okay, then I'll let you go first.
Alrighty.
Super set up.
Okay, so.
We're on our game today, folks.
All right. So this is from Kaylin, and it goes, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Good evening.
I'll say
as
good
we
morning
read this.
because you said that to me.
I recently, about a week ago, found you all on Podcoin. That is cool. I've never heard of Podcoin.
I haven't either. Shout out to Podcoin.
Side note, it's a slightly obscure little podcast app. I mostly use it to donate coins I earn to various good causes. I've had quite a few experiences in my life, but I'll start with the earliest. I grew up in a small farm in nowhere, Colorado. Fringes of Firestone for any who actually care to know. That's cute.
That's cool.
I've never been to Colorado, so... The house was an older bi-level house. When you walked in the front door, you had to go either upstairs to the living room/kitchen or downstairs into the family room. The TV was downstairs, not really a basement. Robin, LOL, that's me.
Yep, that's you.
So I spent more of an inside time down there. There were odd noises and things being moved from where you thought you left them, but nothing so scary that it prevented my 6 to 7-year-old self from being down there. I used to sleep on the couch on weekends where I had usually fallen asleep watching TV. Now, I'm pretty sure there are 2 spirits there. One felt like a middle-aged or so man. I don't know how else to describe it. I never actually saw him, just how the presence felt. He was not so nice. He would change the channel on the TV. It was the mid-80s. It was a dial that you had to get up, walk to, and move.
Did you ever have a TV like that when you were a kid?
I didn't have... Well, okay, so growing up, I had newer TVs, you know? And then we moved to a house that I feel like was built in the 50s or something maybe. It was a much older house that we had to renovate and do all this work to. But it was kind of furnished with all the stuff already in there. So one of the things was an older TV with a dial on it. And that was the only experience I had with it. I didn't really actually use it.
You didn't get sucked into it and go into that
No.
like shadow dimension or anything?
No.
I think we might have had one when I was growing up, and we didn't have it for very long. I'm pretty sure my grandparents had one in their living room, and I remember like the dial turning and just being like, I don't know. Like, I know how to turn a dial. I know that it's tuning to different channels, but being like, this isn't worth it. I'm going to pop something in the VCR because, yes, VCRs existed back then.
I had a VCR. I had all them VHSs. We just got Disney Plus, and
How times have changed.
And watching cartoons like 101 Dalmatians last night that I used to have to watch on VHS is absolutely insane. It's so strange not to have to be like, I gotta rewind it before I can watch it again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's pretty cool. All right. Anyway,
back to the email.
More than once, I saw the dial actually moving on its own. So it's totally this ghost. It's like, oh, you want to watch cartoons?
All right. This stuff sucks. Shout out to Mondo Alba, who just resubscribed for the second month in a row using using their own money.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Mondo. We appreciate you. And the message they sent was a good evening.
Good evening.
See you too. Quick shout out to the folks who actually followed us when we were not on the air. Mrs. Zilla, I think that's how you're saying that, or I should say that. Colorado guy. Carl of Duty XP and Chaos Lives. Thank you all for following
Carl
us.
of Duty?
Yeah.
Call of Duty?
It's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad pun, Carl.
Now all I can hear is Bad Company.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Because of Battlefield Bad Company was like the first Battlefield
Yeah, I was
game.
like, these don't connect in any way, shape, or form.
It's just like Call of Duty went to Battlefield.
Call of Duty
Battlefield,
fans
Bad
out there
Company.
like, how dare you?
Anyway, so where am I? Okay, so he was also who I'd blame for things being moved and random loud noises. He was what bumped in the night, essentially. That's pretty creepy. The other was an older lady. I caught a brief glimpse of her only once, but was, again, more of a feeling you got. When she was around, I actually felt safer. The man didn't mess with things when she was around. She used to actually cover me up when I was sleeping.
Aw, that's sweet.
That's nice. It's nice when you have a good spirit to even out the crappy one that kind of wants to ruin your day and mess up your Saturday morning cartoons.
I think especially because
or is it Sunday morning? No, it's Saturday morning
Saturday
cartoons.
morning. I say especially because I think the image that everyone has of like ghosts when it comes to blankets is them pulling it off of you while you sleep, which is so creepy.
Yeah. I recall one time I had accidentally fallen asleep and didn't even have a blanket with me and woke up to the Afghan being draped across the back of the couch, slowly being pulled over me.
Aw.
That's somewhat terrifying.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's very sweet, but also it would be super scary to watch it happen. Shout out to the Snark who resubscribed using
you
Jeff
so much.
Bezos' money for the 13th month.
Wow.
Thank you
that's
so
over
much.
A year. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot of support.
I was about to say, like, maybe it's your parents that are doing it for you, but if you're seeing it get pulled over onto you and
no one's there,
that's really scary.
Maybe your parents have superpowers where they go invisible and they didn't want to wake you up, so they just crept in there nice and slow.
If my parents had superpowers and they could go invisible, I think that's the most horrifying thing that they could do with that invisibility power.
To take care of you?
No, to scare me with it.
I don't think they're trying to scare in this case. I think it's just trying to be like, let's just go ahead and pull this blanket over you. Okay. Like, there's a lot of things you could do to scare someone if you were invisible. Shout out to the trailer for The Invisible Man or whatever it's called that's coming out with Elizabeth Moss.
What?
You don't remember? You didn't see that trailer?
No.
It looks pretty good, actually. It looks straight up like a horror flick, but it's not a ghost. It's a dude who's invisible just tormenting someone. So it's funny, too, because I'm pretty sure I talked about that Kevin Bacon movie that has Thanos in it, too. That was like
not
Hollow
actually
Man.
Thanos. He's not there to snap people.
No, he's straight up Thanos in that movie. Yeah, he's giant and purple, but he's a scientist and he's working on this invisibility potion.
Okay.
So anyways, getting back to it, go for it.
Shout out to Miss Deezy who's resubscribed.
Miss Deezy flexing that fucking muscle. Resubscribed with her own money for the 15th month in a row. 15 total. Says, hey y'all, just came by to say hey before I head off to play Death Stranding. Oh, baby.
That's hilarious.
Thank you so much for your
because
support,
of the baby
Miss
in Death
Deezy.
Stranding?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I do get it. Not bad. Good pun.
All right. So I lost it again. Afghan people over. Okay. I didn't move, but looked around a bit frantically, hoping it was a family member or even the dog. That's a pretty talented dog if it could do that.
They should have, like, I'm sure there's YouTube videos or Instagram videos of a dog doing something like that.
Well, when the dog can pull the fridge open, grab a drink for you, and bring it back to you, I think that's sick.
Do you see the soundboard that someone made for their dogs so they can communicate with them?
Shut up.
Yeah, it's like a linguistics professor or something like that.
No
And she
way.
made a soundboard where it's like, they're just buttons and they only say phrases or words. But like one of the buttons is like happy. So it presses it when it's like in a really good mood. And then it said ball and then outside. And then it ran and grabbed its ball and then stood by the door. And like I think she has like 16 or 20 buttons for it, and she's slowly expanding it for it.
Oh my gosh, I need
It's
to see
super
this
cool.
video.
Yeah, you got to watch the video.
Someone posted in our Facebook group, so I can watch it.
I was super skeptical because it totally could be a hoax, because there's always been people that claim that they can communicate with animals. There was a guy who claimed way back in the day that he taught a horse to do math, and like they would give the horse all these problems, and the horse would like stomp its hoof until it got the right number. And like people were flabbergasted, and they kept bringing people in, and then they were like, take the guy away. Don't let him be around the horse when this happens. And the horse couldn't do shit. So then they brought him back and he could do it. So they're like, let's act like we're buying into it still and figure out how he trained the horse to clomp its hoof. And he would raise his eyebrows. He trained the horse to stomp when he raised his eyebrows. He'd just lower his eyebrows when he got to the right number. So, but he had people fooled for a really fucking long time that he taught a horse to do math. So I'm like, is this soundboard legit? Is this a real thing? Or is this dog just randomly pressing shit? And then
you can
like,
slice the video to what you want.
It's one continuous video for sure, but I'm wondering if the dog's randomly pressing stuff and they're editing in audio, or I don't know. There's got to be something, or maybe they're actually teaching a dog to communicate with a soundboard on the ground. But yeah, it's a cool video. Check it out.
I told the dog to go eat her dinner tonight, and she went and did it. So
I mean, yeah, certain commands dogs can get: fetch, roll over, kill. That's
what?
all. You can teach them all that stuff.
Jesus.
You've never seen like German Shepherds get trained for like combat?
Okay. So
way to make it weird, Robin.
Okay, Afghan getting pulled over her. No one was there. I just laid there stunned for quite a while before finally mustering the courage to bolt upstairs. I've really enjoyed listening to the podcast. I'm only on episode 12, but we'll get caught up soon, I'm sure. It's been my new work binge. Thanks so much for reading this and doing what you're doing. I'll try to find a few minutes to write out my other notable story soon. Thank you so much, Kaylin.
Yeah, thank you for sending it in. I appreciate it. I like the idea of having benevolent ghosts around there, especially if there's like an asshole ghost and a benevolent ghost, as they kind of balance each other out. And it reminds me, like, I think that prequel they made for Ouija. Do you remember that movie? Where they think they're getting rid of like the evil ghost, but they're getting rid of the ghost that's actually containing like the actual evil ghost. No?
I've never seen the prequel.
You watched it with me, and we both thought it was a really good movie.
Are you sure?
100% sure. I don't watch movies alone, dude.
The prequel to Ouija. I remember
they cut open the ghost's mouth, the corpse of the girl.
Ah, okay, yeah. I remember that one. Okay, I see where you're going with it.
Cool, but no thoughts on that whatsoever.
I don't remember the movie too well. My bad, dog.
Right on. Well, this has been fun. Okay, let's look over to Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say.
I watch so many horror movies. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't keep up. I can't remember which ones I've seen because I really only remember the ones that are memorable to me, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool. I thought we both really liked that one, so I was shocked that you were just drawing a complete blank at it.
Yeah, my bad, dog.
So, whatever. It's okay. You want to read your Stream Chat, or you want to read, I should say, do you want to read your Twitch chat first?
Sure. I don't have all of the beginning stuff, but my chat here. Wait, do you have the beginning stuff?
Yep, it's right there.
Why don't you go do that?
You want me to read it for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have your corrective lenses, do you?
No.
Okay. All right. So the first person that was in the chat was Mrs. Zilla, who was the first one in both chats, not just Twitch, and said, hello, the Snarked welcomed them and asked, is this your first one? And they said, yes, it is, which is awesome. Thank you for joining us for the first time ever. We're usually a little bit more together than this. This has kind of been a rough beginning, but hey, this is just how podcasts get made.
Well, now you have me wondering where my glasses are.
Well, I know one pair is in California, so I don't know where the other pair is, though. You can try and search for them, I guess, during our commercial break tonight. So
sounds solid.
The first one over there in YouTube was Yesenia, who said, first one here, which is awesome. Atlasso says, what the fuck? I'm on time. It helps other people be on time when we're just a little bit late as well. Sakura over there in YouTube said,
so sad.
Hi, Adam and Robin. It's been a while. I missed you guys. Been busy. I had my baby already, and he'll be 1 month old tomorrow.
Aww,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I know we're friends on Facebook, so we got to see like the baby pictures and everything, which was super exciting. We're like, oh my God, spooky baby. So that's awesome. Congratulations. We hope it's going well. I know babies can be quite a handful. Not personally, but a lot of my friends have had kids and like have let us know about the challenges, not dealing with sleep for the first little bit.
Recently, I mean, I've had multiple couples having babies. They all had babies at the same time, maybe a couple months apart, and they're all like the same age right now. So I'm definitely aware of the baby stuff.
Yeah,
going
for sure.
on.
Mrs. Zilla actually said they literally made a Twitch today to stream.
Aw,
That's so nice
thank
of you.
you.
Thank you for joining us. We hope we're living up to your expectations, and please let us know stuff in the chat so we can communicate with you, because this is definitely an interactive show, even though when you listen like regularly, it is very rhetorical because we can't hear you because it's pre-recorded. So I'm going to scroll a little bit. Earth Ethan says, you guys should start like now. Be a little bit patient, bro. Sometimes things happen. We got to get shit together. The Snark says, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to the channel for free. They get 5 Bezos bucks
That's
for
hilarious.
it, and it's free. I sent out a message to let you folks know what's about to go up. What did you have to say?
If you folks go to our website, scarish.com, and if you want Amazon Prime, you guys don't have it right now. You guys can try it out for 30 days. If you go to our website, scarish.com, there's a link all the way down at the bottom. There's a link for Twitch Prime, and there's a link for Amazon Prime. So you guys can click through those, and we also get a little bit of, I don't know, commission, I guess, if you guys do it through that. So.
Are we Amazon Associates? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Yeah.
I don't think you can sign up for a free sub when you're doing a trial for Twitch Prime.
Lame.
But you can give it, because you can't just give people free money, or someone would just make 1 million free accounts and give themselves $1 million.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, you can sign up and see what it's like, and we absolutely encourage you to do that. Mrs. Zilla says, my husband and I have been listening for a while, and we've had a story read way back at episode 21, but this is the first time we've been able to watch. You've been around for a long time. Episode 21 was definitely like a year and a half ago, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm trying not to skip anything here, but there is some stuff that's just the normal greetings. Laura Ann's also here. Thank you for joining us, Laura Ann. What else do we have? Neon Scar says, oh my god, it's been so long. I'm trying this from my phone. How is everyone?
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. We're doing okay. I mean, the stream, it's running. It was only a couple minutes late, which is good because I had to redo the stream key. For those of you who know about streaming, that's a freaking nightmare. So we were able to get it up. That sounded weird, but yeah, we're performing right now, which is a good thing. Yesenia says, Adam, are you putting on makeup again over there on YouTube? No.
He was.
Not at the time when you sent that, but yeah, I mean, I put on my makeup before the show. I'm a big boy. I put my pants on one leg at a time, and I dab my cheeks one cheek at a time. So yeah, I was. What's up? What else do we got here? The Snark says, cue Robin running in with some milk tea.
I did make milk tea, but I made milk tea way before the show started. So I ate dinner, I think I maybe sipped it once. Had my dinner, and then I brought it up here. So the reason I was late was because I was putting my stuff in the sink and filling it up with water, because if I don't, it's going to be a nightmare to clean later. So
all I know is I came out of the office and yelled 30 seconds, and I was yelled at for yelling 30 seconds, and I was like, don't yell at me. What did I do wrong here? I'm just trying to let you know.
Your mom was like, I like how you're yelling at him, but it's your fault.
Right? Laura Ann says, Robin, love your hair. Your hair does look really nice.
Thank you. It's my bangs are getting to that point where it's like ready to be sideswept. But in 2 weeks, it'll be ready to be snipped off again. So.
And I'm sure she'll do it in front of a mirror and then keep walking into the bedroom and going like, is it lopsided? Does it look okay? And I'll go, why don't you pay someone to do that? And she'll go, because I can do it myself. Does it look good? So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a prediction of the future. Pretty accurate, too. Mrs. Zilla says, I've listened to you guys for so long and you feel like celebrities. Haha. We're not celebrities.
We're definitely not celebrities. We're definitely regular people. But, did you want to announce the cool thing that happened?
Oh, yeah. Once I come out of the we're only talking to stream break and we're talking to everyone break, I'll announce the cool thing.
Oh, cool.
That I've been very excited to announce. Akbar has also joined us, says, hi. What
Hi.
up, Akbar? Thank you for joining us. Mrs. Zilla says, I literally fangirled and made my boss listen when they read my story.
That's
hilarious.
adorable.
Akbar said, I was worried I would miss it. I'm glad you didn't miss it. I'm glad you're here. Vivian's also here, so sorry I'm late. We were late too. It's a day to be late. No big deal. I got to a meeting late today at work, and the people were late getting out of that room, and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that we had the room for an extra 5 minutes. I was like, I just got here. No one else is here. Don't even worry about it. Sometimes that stuff works out. Mrs. Zilla says, I tell everyone I know about Scarish. Let me know when I start
Yeah,
overlapping.
I got that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to switch over to my YouTube stuff, and then you can jump into your
Cool.
Twitch stuff.
We're super thankful for everybody who shares the podcast
Yeah.
with people. Our friend Ralph that we had on this most recent episode.
He was pimping us out
Yeah,
pretty hard.
he was pimping us out pretty hard to his friends when he was on a road trip, and it's pretty cool. I mean,
I will say I have some coworkers right now where I work who are pimping the show pretty hard, and like we get new employees. They're like, Adam has a podcast. You should listen to it. And I'm like, don't do that. That makes it really awkward because now they feel obligated and they're not going to like
that's
it no matter
how it
what.
is at work. My coworkers are always like, Did you know she has a podcast? And they're always just like, oh, really?
Like, that's lame. I was talking to my friend yesterday about like when people tell you they have a podcast, because the first thing that goes through your head is like, do they want me to listen to it? I might not like it. So yeah, I'm always like very careful about telling people like, oh, I have a podcast. I feel like I should have my pinky up and be like sniffing my own farts the whole time. But yeah, thank you. We do appreciate the support, like more than you'll ever know. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Lots of people saying that they want Disney Plus. They love Disney Plus.
If you are a Verizon customer and
you get a whole year for free.
Unlimited data, the unlimited data plan, you get a whole year for free. You just have to go to My Verizon and log in, which I have not yet been able to do. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know if it crashed. I heard that it was up and then it was down yesterday. When we logged in, we got to watch half of 101 Dalmatians, and then we switched over to The Mandalorian.
We watched The Mandalorian.
I fell asleep like 5 times because I was so tired, struggling through watching to the end of it. It was exciting. I liked the episode, but I was like, my body is literally turning off right now. And as soon as the end happened, I'm like, whoa, no way. And I was just done.
And then I put on Noelle, and Noelle is so freaking good. It's the Christmas movie with Anna Kendrick, and oh my god, it's so good. And Bill Hader, yep.
People were talking about it at work today. I had no idea Bill Hader was in it.
Yeah.
Vivian says, oh my god, congrats Sakura. Indeed, congrats Sakura. Coffee is bean juice. I don't know where that came from, but apropos of nothing, you are correct. Vivian also says, horses' hooves are toenails. Good stuff.
Aww. What? Oh, sorry. You can go.
Crittia Lee says, hi, you guys. Made it today. Thank you for joining us, Crittia.
The Snark says about the dog training, they taught Pebbles wizard spells by being able to do that.
That's
so
awesome.
Pretty cool.
The Snark has the most trained dogs I've ever seen. So when Robin first met the Snark, it was at a company picnic for Tesla, and the Snark and his husband brought their 2 dogs, and like everything they would say, they had like the little like clickers, like, and they'd be like blah 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 blah, and the dog would do exactly that. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's amazing, and he just kept saying like, it's a lot of work. So it's pretty awesome. Good on you, Snark.
Glitch says, I tried to teach a horse to say yes or no, but he kept saying nay. It's such a good one.
I realized where that was going right at the end there. That's so funny.
Aw, Meadow says, I don't remember, but I could have sworn that dogs can learn up to more or less 200 words.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I believe that.
So yeah, I say that. I have no idea, but 200 sounds like a good solid number. Yeah. Sakura said, thank you. I need to do some catching up. The podcast is always going to be there for you to catch up on it. Some more congratulations going out to Sakura for having that child. Vivian says, and here is a truth poem. Roses are red, tomatoes are too, but violets are purple, not fucking blue. It's pretty true.
Wow.
Nadine over on YouTube says, yay, finally getting to see a live show with a heart emoticon. Here's a heart for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. I don't know if it came out like a heart over there. It looked pretty good on my end. It's not bad.
You gotta raise your hands up more, like that.
But yours doesn't look like a heart. Yours looks like a potato.
I love potatoes.
It's like,
give me that starch.
Heart. That's for you.
Just do this.
That's good. There you go.
All right. Why don't you go into your story?
Because I have a lot more YouTube chat because I was reading so much Twitch chat.
Mondo Alba says, love The Mandalorian. Wish they had all the episodes instead of little by little. I mean, it's like any other network, you know.
I know, but like the point of streaming is to binge, man.
Yeah, I know. Like when Handmaid's Tale comes out, they release them all at once and stuff like that.
Most shows at this point, they release all at once.
Oh, like Stranger Things.
Exactly. You can just watch a whole season in like the course of a night and then go to work the next day with bloodshot eyes and people are like, you look like shit. It's like, yeah, but I got all the spoilers. Fuck you. Pulling the pink eye card. Vivian says, in history class, we were talking about Roman and Greek gods, and one of them was Kronos, And I said, isn't he the god of time? And someone else says, I think you're thinking of Thanos. And I got sad. That's hilarious. Yes, Kronos is the god of time.
Is the god of time.
Also the father of Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon.
Also the system work uses to clock our
Yep,
time.
that too. Kronos is, I'm pretty sure, if my Greek mythology still in there.
It's a monster in a game called MapleStory, and it's in the toy land, and it's just this. It's a raid, and you go through this whole raid to get to Kronos, and then you have to defeat Kronos. It's pretty cool.
If my Greek mythology serves me correctly, Kronos is an asshole. So I'm pretty sure he ate all his children until he had Zeus, and Zeus is like, I'm not no meal, fuck you. And then Zeus took over and then banished Kronos. I know you don't give a shit about any of this, but yeah, I just really like the story of Kronos in the Greek mythology. I like Wrath of the Titans, which is the sequel to Clash of the Titans. A really terrible remake, and then a sequel to a really terrible remake that I actually really wound up liking, which I was so disappointed in myself. Because Kronos comes back, and he's fucking enormous, and it's a super cool battle scene. And God of War 2, I'm pretty sure the second one is when you fight Kronos, which is an awesome boss battle. There you go. That's all the shit I know about Kronos. I know you wanted to know every single thing that was in my stupid brain, so I just regurgitated it via words onto the stream. Rebecca Poss over in there on YouTube says, this is my first live chat. I finally caught up on all the episodes. Good job, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh. Mondo said they defeated Kronos in Supernatural, and then Mrs. Zilla says they defeated everything in Supernatural except for crippling family problems.
That's totally true.
So funny.
And alcoholism, and probably quite a few STDs. I mean, let's be real. Like, Dean fucks everything that walks, and there's no way he raps it every time. So sooner or later that dude's gonna pick something. Akbar says, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I think that's in regards to the fact that Rebecca's currently caught up. What else do we got over here? Etsley has joined us. Jill is also here. What up, Jill? I would not make it through my last work week without Jill sitting near me because it's been one hell of a week for sure. Etsley says, oh, congrats on the spooky baby. Vivian said, I get too frustrated while watching horror movies because everyone makes the worst decisions, so I laugh when they die. So my mom won't let me watch them anymore because she thinks I'll lose my empathy. That's funny, but at least you'll gain critical decision-making skills where you're not going to run upstairs when there's a running car outside you can get in and run away. Akbar says, I would have been first if the podcast started on time, frowning face. That's a lie. You could have talked in the chat. That's not my fault that you weren't first, or it is. I don't know. All right. There's a lot more chat to get through here. What did I miss?
Mondo fathered an Amazonian girl. We are so behind. These are so many spoilers.
Mondo fathered an Amazonian girl?
Dean. Mondo said Dean.
Oh, okay. That's not what you said. That's why I was so confused.
Mondo said he. I meant Dean, I think. I don't remember what I said. You know what's funny is downstairs while I was making tea, I messed something in my words up and I said, this doesn't bode well for tonight's episode, and it's already starting. But yes, no, these are a lot of spoilers.
So don't read them to me, please.
Yeah, okay, let's go on.
All right, so I've marked that. I'm going to move into my first story of the night.
Oh, wait. You were going to do that?
Yeah, I know. I was in the middle of doing it. Please trust me to do it. Don't hurt me, please. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move into my first story of the show. However, before I do that, I do want to say one quick thing, something that I'm really, really proud of, something our little podcast hit as like an accomplishment or an achievement. If we were an Xbox game, we probably would have just got like, I'd say a 50G achieve, maybe a 25 or a 30. I know the nerds out there are like appreciative of that, and
what
people
about the
who aren't
trophies?
Don't care. I don't play PlayStation, but I guess this would be a gold, not a platinum. But here's the deal. So when we started this podcast almost 2 years ago, I wasn't really sure anyone would listen, but we knew this is the content we wanted to hear, and we couldn't find it anywhere. So that's why we started it. And then Sam was one of the first people to reach out to us from Isle of Man. And she was like, yo, what's up? I listened to your show. And we're like, holy crap, people are actually listening to this. And we've watched the numbers grow. It's been very, very exciting. And people reach out to us. People watch us live on Wednesdays. They spend their Wednesday nights with us. And it's super cool. And the reason I'm bringing this up right now, instead of on episode 104 when we're officially at the 2-year mark, is because just before the 2-year mark, as of yesterday, we hit 500,000 downloads. We had 500,000 downloads, which is a number I would never have even thought that we could come close to, especially because Nerd Chills really didn't get downloaded that much. We never, like, it would have taken us like 2,000 years to get there. So it is a big milestone, and I think the most exciting thing about yesterday for us is that yesterday we hit 500,000 downloads. Yesterday we had the biggest day we've ever had as a podcast. And we're in a growth cycle again. And even when we've plateaued a little bit, it's still always kind of been going up. And that's sincerely because of you. It's all
Yeah.
because of you guys. It's because you tell people about us and you share your stories with us so that you want to hear it and you want your friends and your family to hear it. And please don't stop that. Please just bring more people on. Spread it like a plague, because apparently that's back now. If you didn't read the thing I posted in the Spooky Friends group, 2 people were diagnosed with Black Death in China. Yeah, crazy shit. But
Of course, but I mean, that place, their population is insane.
it's only 2 right now. But if all I'm going to say is I've played a lot of Plague Inc. and I always start in China and I always win. So
oh my Lanta,
it's kind of scary stuff, but it is a big accomplishment for us. I know there are podcasters out there who have like 30,000 or 40,000 downloads a day, and who knows, maybe we're on our way to that, maybe we're not, but we're so much further ahead than we ever thought we would ever be, and it's definitely because of the folks that listen to us.
And it's so surprising whenever you folks reach out and talk to us, and I really would never believe we would have gotten this far with this.
This is the 90-second Storytime episode, which were created simply because we had too many emails to read on the regular shows, and we've always had emails, and it really means a whole lot to us. And it was really cool that it happened yesterday, because yesterday was one of the hardest days I've had in many, many years. And so I got to come home and be like, all this happened today, but this is also our best day as a podcast ever. And because of that, we just went over 500,000 downloads, which is awesome. I like to do that thing where I compare like sizes of stadiums and filling things up to give people perspective. And it's like, when I got to do that for an accomplishment of something that we created, I was like, damn, that's a lot of people. That's something that I can be proud of, and it's pretty awesome. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and move into my first email of the show. This one's subject is The Green Ghost in the Mirror, which if that was a book, I'd just read because the title is just so intriguing.
The Grinch.
Is it The Grinch?
I'm a Green Ghost.
I thought Green Mile at first, and I was like, that big dude.
Ah, it's the dude from Ghostbusters.
Oh, Slimer?
Yeah.
That could be. And it starts out like this. Hey, Robin and Adam.
Hey.
Hello. My name is Molly, and I'm from Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Wow.
I've sent in one story before, but I figured I would send in another because I have a few scary-ish experiences to tell you. You can share this on the pod if you'd like. We would like. I was listening to one of the Storytime episodes, and there was a story about a mirror, and it made me think of my own mirror story. I'm still trying to catch up with the show, and I'm only on episode 28, but I've been listening to you guys nonstop at my office job. When I was younger, probably 6 or 7 years old, I used to sleep over at my grandparents' house a lot. My grandmother had a mirror that she used to tell me was magic. Holy shit. I would be so terrified if someone told me that a mirror was magic. I wouldn't
secretly, their grandmother is
Dumbledore?
No, the evil witch from Snow White.
Oh, I went straight to Dumbledore and the whatever the name of that mirror is where you see the thing your heart most desires and you can sit in front of it until you wither away.
The Mirror of Erised.
Yeah, that's the one, I think. Someone fact check her. I'm not a Harry Potter nerd. I love Harry Potter, but I don't have the information. I'm a nerd, but I'm not a geek. I think that's the difference. Anyways, gonna get back to this. Magic mirror at Grandma's house. Of course, being 7 years old, I believed her. She said that Tinkerbell, yes, the Peter Pan Tinkerbell, lived in the mirror and would be able to come out of the mirror at night. I used to stay up as late as I could, waiting for her to appear, only to succumb to sleep, as my weary young eyes couldn't possibly stay open any longer. That's kind of a weird thing to tell a kid. Because, like, you imagine they're just going to sit in front of that mirror forever. Maybe you were an annoying kid. I don't know. And your grandma's like, how do I get this kid to sit down and shut up? And that was the way. If so, your grandmother is an absolute genius. And I'm going to put that in my back pocket for when I have children and grandchildren. It goes on to say, one night, however, I was laying in the pull-out couch bed
ominous.
And was determined to see her. I remember thinking to myself that maybe if I pretended I was asleep, she would appear.
Oh, no.
I turned my back to the mirror and laid there pretending to sleep. After a few minutes, I rolled onto my back and looked out in front of me. I swear to God, I saw a small, green, glowing figure with wings sitting on the edge of the lampshade, and the lamp sat right across from where the bed was. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I know for a fact that I was not dreaming. I laid there for a few minutes to take in that moment. I shot up out of bed and ran to my grandparents' room. I shook my grandma awake and said, Grandma, I saw Tinkerbell. I saw her. My grandma grumbled something in her half-awake state, but I couldn't contain my excitement. She came out of the mirror and sat right on the lampshade, I continued to loudly whisper. My grandma again said something incoherent, and I ran back to the living room where I was sleeping. I jumped into bed and threw the covers on me.
So, I mean, that's an assumption. Saying it came out of the mirror and sat on the lampshade.
That's true.
What if
she could have been in the fridge the whole time and like it creeped open and she just got out?
I've been reading Ghost Teller, so I mean maybe it was a closet fairy.
Closet fairy?
There's a story about some burglar who goes into the closet at an orphanage and all the kids think he's the closet fairy bringing them gifts and stuff. They end up murdering him in the closet, but
wow. Holy shit.
It's the best.
This was going to be like our first PG story, and you're like, so murder in the closet.
Anyway, no.
Murder in the closet.
I mean, it could be just some random fairy, you know, that the apartment fairy or whatever.
Why do they have to have a name like that?
I don't know.
That seems really like derogative to me. They're like, if a fairy lives in our closet right now, they're probably like, my name is Jeff, you ignorant bitch.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. They probably have actual names. Tinkerbell has a name, and it's not the Peter Pan fairy. It's Tinkerbell. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Touche.
So, don't apply labels, Robin. Labels are bad.
That's 100% true. My bad. So, I mean, it could have
There's some fairy out there like flittering its wings, like so happy right now.
I mean, it could have been anything that just happened to be sitting on this lampshade. It could have been a fairy that came from anywhere, or just a little creature that came from anywhere.
It could have been one of those creatures from that Katie Holmes movie we just watched. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Oh,
aren't they fairies in that? They're like tooth fairies. They're like a bunch of little mini tooth fairies.
They're supposed to be tooth fairies, I guess, because they collect children's teeth
and eat them.
But they're also little monsters.
They're literally tiny little evil creatures.
That movie just reminded me of Gremlins.
Well, this email's not over, so you never know. They could have their teeth ripped out, and their grandmother could get dragged into the basement, just like in that one movie that we were just talking about with Katie Holmes. I already forgot the name of. Don't be afraid of the dark. All right, let's finish this email and see what happens. I never saw her again after that moment. My grandfather passed away in 2009, and my grandmother has since moved out of that house and into a new one that is smaller and better suited for her. I don't know where the mirror is today, and I don't know if it was lost in the move, sold, or stashed away in her basement. In parentheses, sorry, Robin. But I do know I'll never forget that moment. Thanks for everything you guys do. I love listening to you guys pretty much every day since. I'm still catching up, Molly. Molly, thank you for sending that in. It's a really, really good story. And I remember seeing stuff as a kid that, like, as an adult, I look back on, I'm like, I must have, like, been hallucinating because I know I wasn't asleep. And that was definitely some creepy shit that freaked me out. So it's one of those things that you got to, like, look back and wonder on, but don't not trust your younger self just because you're older now. Because, like, as we say a lot on this podcast and we hear a lot, like, kids sometimes are tuned into stuff and they get discounted because of that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to take their opinion 100% seriously. And then you wind up with kids who talk about family members that have been deceased since they were born, like talking about exactly what they look like, saying
or
things
how they died.
Yeah, or saying things that like mean something super profound to family members that they would never know. So yeah, I think when you look back on stuff like that, you shouldn't look back on it super skeptically, which I know I do, and I think a lot of people tend to do. So if any of this like triggered something in your head of something that happened when you were a kid, email it to us right now. I'm dead serious. Like, send it to storytime@scarish.com because we want to know. So thanks again one more time, Molly. Thank you for sending that in.
Thank you.
All right. Let's look over into Stream Chat.
I lost all my chat, so...
How'd you lose all your chat? Why do you keep messing things up?
My tablet locked, and then it closed the app, and now everything's gone.
I hate that Apple doesn't let you change that setting where your tablet won't lock. Ugh, it's so frustrating.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, I'm being super, super sarcastic. All right. Let's see what you got, and now you're going to... Okay, I guess slide my laptop in the middle because I'm not going to read both chats again. Want to move your phone there? You want to move your phone there?
Oh, my bad, dog.
All right. Scooched. There we go.
We've already read all these.
Okay. All right. You said, my sister won't watch horror movies with me because I don't react or get scared, so she thinks I'm evil. That's hilarious. Rebecca says, Robin really makes me want to get bangs. Nice. Way to be an influencer, Robin. That's pretty good stuff.
I mean... I feel like anybody can pull it off, you know, bangs. I'm sure people are like, no, I don't think I could pull it off. Just try it. Hair grows back. Just try it.
That's why I shave so much. Someone at work was like, why'd you get rid of your goatee? I was like, I just get sick of it. Like, I feel it on my face when I'm sitting idle and it bothers me and I just want to reset. I really want to do just like lightning bolt sideburns one day. Just one day. I did that stupid fucking mustache for like 3 days. And like my boss at work, we were like riding the elevator up. I was like, yeah, Robin's getting really mad at me for this mustache. Like she says I look ridiculous. I was like, she thinks I look ridiculous. And my boss, we're in a crowded elevator. And like the highest person in my department's like, it's not just her. And I was like, damn, bro, that was some cold shit. But it was also hilarious. So I don't hold it against her. Yesenia says, I better not forget to check on my potatoes. Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
Where are your potatoes?
Right. Okie dokie, Dr. Jones, here are your potatoes. I don't know whoever out there has seen Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but that line used to play in my head like all day. All right. Are you sure you've already read all of this?
Yeah.
Rebecca said, I don't know how you guys cannot be fazed by horror movies. I get so anxiety ridden. Robin literally used to not watch them. So I don't know what's happened to shift. I used to always want us to watch horror movies in October because I thought it was really fun to do. And I usually don't like imbibe too much horror other than that. And like that became a tradition for us until Robin just expanded outside of the October thing into whenever the hell she wants. So
I feel like horror movies are such an easy movie to just pick up and watch, you know? Whereas I was scrolling through the entirety of Disney Plus today at work, and I just, that sentence is really messed up, but I just couldn't find anything that I really wanted to watch. And I mean, too many choices is a prison. It's insane.
It's very true.
I mean, if I only had X amount of options, it'd be way easier than you can never have just a small selection. It's going to never end.
What's really funny too is like when you have endless choices, sometimes you pick one thing and then just repeat back on that thing. Like the meme where it's like a million things to watch on Netflix and I just keep restarting The Office, you know? And like CJ used to be like that. Like my old co-host from Nerd Chills, like he used to straight up be like, watch The Office again. I'm like, damn, bro, it's another one.
Well, that's what we used to do.
Shout out to Dre, who just subscribed for the 4th month using their own money.
You gotta read it right. Dre.
Dre. Yesenia says, Adam, let me be your makeup artist.
Ooh.
Okay. 6 o'clock. Wednesdays. Pacific Standard Time. If you live in Vegas, I might not be joking. Because, yeah, it's a kind of a mess. And I just kind of do it myself because I can't have Robin do it for me because she has other shit to do.
That'd be a cute video to do. Rebecca says, Spooky Friend does my makeup. That'd be a cute YouTube video.
That would be funny. Scroll a little bit. What else we got?
See.
Rebecca said 10 out of 10 would watch. Yesenia says I would make him look fabulous. Jill says, LOL, I'm guilty of that, Adam. Don't diminish your amazingness. It's very sweet of you to say. Also a lie. Nadine says, it's crazy how fast time goes by. I've been listening since episode 15. Honestly, I feel like we just started the show, man. Like, I feel like we're in the groove of it, and we know, like, the routine is, like, research, record, edit, post, then, like, Storytime episodes, and we've been pretty consistent with that. But it doesn't feel like it's been almost 2 years, and it definitely doesn't feel like we hit 500,000, which is just so nuts. Rebecca says, not to brag, but I taught my kitties to meow when you mention num-nums. That's adorable.
It's like when Georgia says, Elvis, you want a cookie?
Yeah. All right. So are you sure that you've read all this?
I've read all those.
Okay.
It's all about Kronos.
Rebecca said, yo, cat toilet training would be perfect. LOL, get it? Because there's a purr in it. Pretty solid.
I definitely want to teach my cat how to use the toilet. That'd be great. She did sleep on me last night, though. It was so amazing. She hasn't done it in years.
She acts like our cat doesn't like her anymore, but our cat like is always trying to be like, pet me, pet me, pet me. And like she'll pet her a little bit, and then she'll be like, God, like you're so annoying. Go bother your dad. And she'll like walk on me with stabby legs and be like, what's up, second best? I'm going to lay right here forever. All right, what do we got? Akbar says, pray that the baby is a spooky baby. In quotations, not a spooky baby. Very true. All right, Vivian says, so I'm binge watching Supernatural, but before I was binging Gilmore Girls, where the actor that plays Sam in Supernatural plays a character named Dean, and it got so confusing because Dean is Sam. That's hilarious. I didn't know that at all.
You didn't know that he's
I've never seen Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
I've never seen an episode. I have no idea who's in that show except now for Sam, who plays Dean.
Okay. That's such a confusing sentence.
I know. Rebecca says, someone told me that the actor that plays Sam got arrested recently because he started a bar fight. Anyone know if that's true? I can 100% confirm that's true.
We posted it on our Facebook group.
The Spooky Friends group. Yeah. I watched the video from TMZ because TMZ is just about dirt on celebrities. But yeah, it's of him like putting some guy in a headlock. This is after he's been thrown out of the bar. And that guy was apparently his friend. And then there's a video of cops trying to arrest him, and he like tries to hand them a wad of fucking cash. And he's so wasted. He's like, like trying to hand a cheeseburger to a drunk person.
Wow.
And they're just like, they just push his hands away. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And it's probably a good thing, too, because everyone around them was recording. Etsley says, no PlayStation for life, LOL. All right, gonna keep scrolling here until you see something that you recognize.
Let's see. Mondo Alba says, on Wednesdays we listen to scary stories.
Aw.
That's cute.
A lot of people saying woo. Some people saying congratulations. That's amazing. Well done.
About
Thank you
us
so
getting
much.
over 500,000.
I would guess. Yes, that's what it was about. Vivian says, yeah, but Dean is Sam with his brother Dean, and I'm confused. We're all confused. Yesenia says, Rebecca, yeah, it's true. He got arrested, but I don't know the whole story. Nicole says, I'm late. No, it's okay. We've gone through 2 of them. We got 2 more to go. And then, of course, we got marbles at the end of this. Awkward says, Adam, look at us. Huh, who would have thought? I mean, I seriously feel like, man, I really did not expect the reaction we got, but I'm definitely thrilled, and I hope we can reach out to more people. And I really want to reach out to more people, not just because it's awesome to see this thing grow, because the way the community has grown has been so amazing because people are so supportive of each other. I really want to share that safe space with as many people who want or need to find that as possible. Ashley says, yay, Jesus Christ. This podcast is legitimately the best, and I'm proud to be part of the Spooky fam. Thank you so much.
Let's see. The Snark says, y'all, the word Grinch is ruined for me because of How I Met Your Mother. I can see that.
What happened in How I Met Your Mother with Grinch?
Because instead of saying a bad word, they say Grinch. Because Ted tells Lily, like, you're being a Grinch. Or no. He leaves a voicemail on Marshall's phone that says, like, just forget about her. She's a Grinch or something like that. You know what I mean? And
when they say they were eating a sandwich, which really meant that they were getting high.
Yeah.
Getting way, way too high. Yesenia said, I love when my fur babies jump on the couch to cuddle with me. I think we all do. It's just it's like I have been chosen. Feels so good.
So the Mirror of Erised thing was just about that email that we got because they had this magical mirror, and that's what made Adam think of this magical mirror in the Harry Potter universe. Let's see. Oh, the Snark says, also, I know a lot of closet fairies.
Wow, that's a good joke.
Oh my god. All right.
Yesenia said, Ariana Grande has one of the most amazing voices I have ever heard, to which Rebecca agreed. Did you realize you're caught up to where you can read stuff over there?
Yeah, so they're talking about Spiderwick Chronicles, about the gnomes and fairies and things like that. Let's see. Glitch says, if my cat goes crazy, I'm a freak out because I don't have one. What?
Vivian says, when you refer to your BF as dog, hashtag unrelatable, hashtag forever alone, hashtag I'm legit 12. That's hilarious. Jill over there says, LOL, the mustache was hilarious. I thought it looked a lot worse than it did, and then I wound up shaving it because I was like, yeah, it does look ridiculous. And now I look back on it in pictures, and I'm like, it's like that Wolverine meme where he's like petting the picture fondly. Like, I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I should have kept that stupid mustache for longer. Scrolling, Nicole A says, this is my first live, and I've been listening to your podcast for more than a year now. Finally, in all caps. Thank you for joining us, Nicole. Seriously, I love it when we have new people join us for the stream. It is so much fun. We have a lot of new people tonight, actually, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go into my story now, though.
Really? You're just going to cut me off like that, huh? I'm like right at the bottom of my stuff.
Okay, hurry up and get to the bottom.
Vivian says, why are you raised? Why are you? Vivian says, shout out to my friend Molly who introduced me to this podcast almost exactly a year ago.
Oh, dang.
Shout out to Molly indeed. Vivian said, give or take a few days. That's hilarious. Yesenia said, soup's ready, so you didn't forget about your potatoes. That's a good thing. Etsy says, heck yeah, that's awesome, mate. And Leanne, Texas says, y'all, I just discovered your podcast. It's consuming great material.
Aw, yay.
Thank you so much. It's nice to get new people in that are like, hey, it doesn't suck. Because, like, that was our biggest concern for a very long time. Even though we are proud of it, we're like, I really hope people like listening to it. So, thank you. And now I am caught up, and you can move on to the next story.
So, my next story is titled Nighttime at the Zoo.
That's exciting.
I've never been to a zoo at night. Are they open at night? I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure they close at night.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
they
5
kick you
o'clock or
out.
Something?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are you asking for a specific
I don't
time?
know.
5 o'clock in the middle of the summer, you're wasting 3.5 hours of light where you could be charging people tickets. So
okay. So
I just think they close at night.
All right. Anyway. Just curious. I really haven't been to the zoo at night. That's why I was wondering.
Well, I hear
Anyway.
it's like the museum because at nighttime the creatures
Oh
come
yeah,
alive.
Robin Williams comes to life.
Actually, at a
and...
museum, when the sun goes down, the creatures will turn to statues. So that's what happens.
Oh,
of
at the zoo? I see.
Yeah.
Haha. All right.
God.
So this email begins.
I had high hopes for that joke when it started coming out of my mouth, and like your eyes rolled so fucking hard. Like, ugh, I hate this dude.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the email goes, "Hey guys. Hello.
Hello.
Feel free to read the story on the podcast." So we are. Last fall, our company had the opportunity to install the holiday lights at the LA Zoo, which is so stinking cool. For people not in the know, Zoo Lights is a huge local event where the entire 133 acres of the LA Zoo is decorated and opens up at night, where people can walk around the zoo and explore various animal exhibits decorated in Christmas lights.
That actually is really cool.
The zoo has a mixed history in Griffith Park with animal escapes in the early 1900s. That's horrifying. The zoo almost lost its accreditation. What? The zoo almost lost its accreditation in the 1950s because gorilla escapes were so frequent.
Wow.
How does that happen?
They're smart. They just didn't have good, I don't know, preventative measures in place to keep the gorillas from getting out.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that fence is at least 3 feet tall, and those things keep getting
That's
over
what
it.
blows my mind about giraffes is the walls for giraffes are not that high.
Yeah, they tell you they don't want to lift their feet higher than what, like a few inches or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, only to run, and if you have like a 2-foot fence, they won't step over
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy. I just want to touch them. Anyway, so that sounds really awkward.
It did.
Anyway, after that, it forced a redesign of most of its animal enclosures, and you can still see some of the old enclosures in Griffith Park. I'm sure the zoo wouldn't like me sharing this, but whatevs. They'll never know.
Wow.
Unless, hey, LA Zoo, hit us up. I want to go. I've never been. Anyway.
Just let all the animals out, strap GoPros to us, and we'll stream it live. I think that sounds like a really good cross-promotional idea.
No. I don't think you should do that, but I would love to visit LA Zoo, see all the animals.
We've gone to San Diego
some
Zoo.
pandas.
LA, show us what you're about.
Pandas are my favorite animal. Just
Show
saying.
us what you got.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Rick and Morty comes back.
I think it just started, didn't it?
Did it? I don't know.
I know I saw the review for it. That I don't know if it was an advanced review.
Anyway, continuing. If you never have been there, the main gate looks like the fences of Jurassic Park.
That's awesome.
That's sick. No. We'll get striked. Don't do that. I'm sure Steven Spielberg got his inspiration from the LA Zoo. That's pretty cool.
I could see that.
While
Even though I haven't seen that. I feel like I can see that in my mind's eye because I've seen that.
there's a picture in the email.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
While it is great for visitors, it was a hard project for our company. Because the zoo was open during the day, most of our work occurred overnight. Our team was very small, but we managed to completely transform the zoo in 6 weeks. 6 weeks?
Pretty good.
Holy snap.
Holy snap.
Shut up.
Robin trying to make a new trendy phrase.
I just want to make some stupid joke, but I'm not going to. Okay. Anyway, that's like
What were
if
you gonna
Thanos
say?
was religious.
Wow. That is a really stupid joke. You're right.
Okay, so our normal shifts were from 5 p.m. until 9 a.m. when the zoo opened. Over the 6-week,
You're just derailed because you were so proud of that fucking
Yeah.
holy snap
No,
joke.
it's because I'm Asian, right? My eyes are really squinty, so because I'm laughing, I can't really read very well because I'm like reading through tiny slits.
I can't say that though.
Anyway, so over the 6-week install, the zoo transformed into a Christmas wonderland, although all cultures were represented, which is nice. It wasn't uncommon for us to get into animal enclosures to install lights in the enclosures. Most of the time, the animals are taken back to their nighttime habitats.
I thought it was going to be like one person keeps the lions distracted while everyone else puts up the lights.
Oh my God. Most of the time, the
We
animals...
lost quite a few friends that way.
Stop. Most of the time, the animals are taken back to their nighttime habitats away from their day enclosures and the public. But that isn't always the case. Next time we see each other, remind me to tell you about the crawling around on alligator habitat at night when the alligators
we would have read this
were out.
last week. We would have been able to
Dang
talk
it.
to him about it.
All right, so one night, Around 2 a.m., my coworker and I were up in a boom lift about 50 feet in the air, wrapping a gigantic oak tree with Christmas lights. Imagine the scene of Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park 2 where he's up in the high hide when he sees the tree line sway below him. All right.
That's scary.
The T-Rex is coming. Okay. Because of the stuff swaying below him.
Got
obviously.
it, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all of a sudden, he heard something scream. It sounded like an animal being eaten. Oh, no, wait. Not Jeff Goldblum. Them. Hold on. All of a sudden, we...
You thought he was still telling you about Jurassic Park 2? The rest of this email will now be a recap of Jurassic Park 2. Do you remember that part where the girl does the gymnastics? That was really fucking stupid, wasn't it?
There's a girl that does gymnastics?
His daughter. You don't remember that she's like cut from the gymnastics team, and then in the end she does like fucking parallel and uneven bars to kick a raptor through a fucking wall.
No?
Yeah, how can you forget that?
I need to watch this again.
I was like sixth or seventh grade. Like, I kind of want to bash my head on the floor until I die in this theater.
Okay. Anyway, all of a sudden we heard something scream. It sounded like an animal being eaten, which is a weird sound in a zoo, especially in the middle of the night. I seriously thought that something was eating something else. It was a death cry. We both looked toward the ground, clutching the guards of the boom lift, afraid to move. Searching the ground with our headlamps, we saw a small, dark figure walk around the asphalt near our lift. Did something escape? Once we shined our lights near the lift, we discovered a skunk.
Wow.
Apparently, the skunk had sprayed a small rodent.
The rodent's like, oh my God.
It scared us both, but we were both relieved that it wasn't an animal in a habitat. The next day, we talked to a few of the staff at the zoo. They mentioned that skunks were very common at the zoo and that they normally forage for food at night. Always throw away your trash, folks. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I hate going to places and the trash is just all over the ground and people just can't walk the extra 10 steps to the trash can.
I don't know if this is a Midwest thing, but like, I don't remember having a lot of litter in public areas. I think that is specifically because you can throw away your trash and then put it in a bag and then put it in a garbage can and then put a fucking boulder on top of that garbage can. And those Midwest raccoons will tip over your fucking trash can, rip it to shreds, eat whatever is in there, basically spell out fuck you with the rest of the trash and leave it for you in the morning. I swear I have had so many preventative measures, I'm using that phrase again, that I have taken to keep this from happening. What it comes down to is like, keep your garbage cans in your garage. It's going to make it smell, but hey, you won't have to pick it up in the morning. I'm dead serious. Like, those raccoons back there are crazy smart. They're like rocket raccoons.
What? How's that possible?
Because they're geniuses.
Like Apple geniuses?
No, they don't come around in blue t-shirts like, hey, can I fix your phone and then eat your trash? I'm not saying that Apple geniuses eat your trash, but have you ever offered? You're pretty selfish, I guess, right? That's weird.
Oh my God. Anyway, also Apple, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up. Anyway,
God.
so in another instance, it was around midnight in early November. The fall weather was starting to come in, and it makes night times a little chilly. I was on the ground near the main walkway of the zoo installing lights on a handrail. I was bundled in a hoodie and jacket, so I had a very small field of vision. I turned my back on the handrail to talk to a coworker to tell him what the next project was for the evening. In that instant, we heard a twig snap. Something really heavy just stepped on something. We both heard it and we froze instantly. It's a T-Rex. We knew that we were the only people in the zoo that evening, and we both were standing on asphalt. That's creepy. We both looked at each other, eyes wide, afraid to turn and address the noise. Slowly, we both turned around towards the noise, and once we turned around, we saw a gigantic elephant standing near the fence of his enclosure. We never even heard him coming. Ghost elephant. Or ninja elephant.
Ninja elephant seems more likely.
I'm surprised something that large can move so quietly. I've attached a photo as well. Apparently,
Nice.
His name is Billy, and he's the curious one of 3 elephants, according to his handlers. Anyway, it's amazing on how your minds play tricks on you at night, especially when you know you're one of the few people around. The zoo makes plenty of noise at night, and it's very easy to get freaked out. Feel free to read this on the podcast. I'm sure I'll send you more. Keep on creeping on. Love much, Elle.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you sending that. That's super awesome.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in an animal enclosure while you're like doing work and just wondering if there's something watching you or stalking you at that time.
Every little sound would freak me out. Like I'm about to get murdered by some wild animal that's just walking around there, you know?
It's really interesting to know that elephants can be sneaky like that. You know, it's like a barbarian rolling really high on a stealth check. You just don't expect it. And that said, like every time I think of elephants and stuff like that, the other thing I think of is that Mythbusters episode where they test whether or not they're afraid of mice. And it was 100% true. They're terrified of mice. Like as soon as they see a mouse, they turn around and run the other way, which is just bizarre. There's so much we can learn from elephants. They said that they did like an EKG or something on an elephant to show its brain activity. And the brain activity an elephant experiences when it sees a human is similar to when a human sees a puppy. So it's like they think we're their pets. And it's like, it's hilarious to think that. And then there's that video of that elephant that like thinks it sees a person drowning in the river, but they're really just swimming. And it's like a little baby elephant and it just dives into the river and swims over to them to like pull them out of the water.
Yeah.
It's adorable shit.
I've seen a lot of horror videos though of elephants too, where it's like the people are
positive.
The people are abusing the elephants, but the elephants just snap one day and they're just like, I'm not taking any more of your shit, and just stomp the fuck out
What
of
I'm
them.
saying is in this case, this elephant was coming over to help you hang lights. Like, you guys need a big trunk? Just like,
Imagine being lifted up by an elephant's trunk and he's like, here, you can reach that tree with this.
see, you made it even more adorable. I thought the elephant was going to grab the lights and hang it, but you're like, it's going to grab the person and then hang them from the rafters. So pretty morbid stuff, Robin.
What? No.
We all didn't see that twist coming. We can agree that was pretty messed up.
Oh my God. What? Anyway. Okay. Why did you make it weird?
It's a good joke.
Okay.
All right. So before we move on, we're going to take just a quick break. So if you need to take a restroom break, go ahead and do that. We're going to do the same thing. So we've never done this before. So don't yell at us if this doesn't work. We're going to try and get it right. Otherwise, I'm just going to move it over into the scarish thing. We'll come right back. I swear to God. So hopefully this is going to work. Don't go anywhere. Let's all try this together. Okay. Everyone hold their breath and see whether or not this works. It is not working. Everyone, please keep holding. We're going to try and get this to work. It's a work in progress. Robin, go ahead and vamp a little bit. Best vamper in the business, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a lot of pressure to put on me. I wasn't prepared. So can I just read my stuff for now?
Sure.
All right, while he's figuring that out. So a lot of people are saying that they different zoos do nighttime events during Christmas, or someone said there was a beer fest. It's pretty cool. I mean, I would love to do that. I just love animals in general. It's really hard for me though to pay money to feed them because they charge so much money. But at the same time, it's like, feed these adorable giraffes these little kibblets, and the giraffes just take their tongues and wrap them around your hand like adorable long neck, I don't even know what, horses. They're kind of like horses. I don't know, really tall horses.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, how's it
All right,
going?
I'm going to try this one more time, folks. So let's see what happens here. No one freak out. If an ad pops up, it's totally planned, and everyone's like, oh my God, it worked. We're all so happy. So here we go. One more try. No? Anything? No? It says it's supposed to work. Commercial break failed. Commercial breaks are only allowed once every 8 minutes. So apparently one happened and it didn't show on our stream monitor. Fuck, what the fuck is going on? All right, this has been super, super fun. I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and then we're just going to move on because this didn't exactly work, and I guess we'll both hold our pee, and Robin won't get her glasses because she's done reading anyways. Sound good?
Sure.
All right, let's look over to that stream chat and see what you folks had to say, and see if you've commented on the disaster that is the show so far. Let's go ahead and slide my laptop back over.
Laura Ann says, I love giraffes. And wubba lubba dub dub. It's a Rick and Morty thing.
Okay.
Get out.
I didn't get it.
Oh my gosh. You suck.
I'm like, I haven't seen a Rick and Morty episode in 2 years. Like, give me a break. They took a year off.
So how has it
extra
been
year.
2 years?
they took an extra year off.
You suck. Mrs. Zilla says, I'm sad because I don't have cable, so I have to wait for Hulu, and I love Rick and Morty.
That stinks.
That stinks. But Hulu is great. I'm watching The Good Doctor. Speaking of Spiderwick Chronicles, The Good Doctor is the kid from Spiderwick Chronicles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Regarding not having cable and having to wait for Hulu, I'm just saying our friend Ralph, I'm pretty sure, would suggest you dust off that old pirate hat, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, go sailing. That's all. All right, what do I have on YouTube? I'm going to scroll a little bit here. Vivian says, you already know I'm going to ask you, but did you watch Shia? Robin, did you watch Shia LaBeouf?
Nope.
Neither did I.
They do have all of the Even Stevens movies and stuff. God. And True Confessions. I don't know if you've ever seen True Confessions, but Shia LaBeouf plays...
Taxi Cab Confessions?
No, but that show, HBO, jeez.
I was going to say, I didn't realize Disney got into that. I didn't know Disney got down that way.
No. True Confessions is a movie that has Shia LaBeouf in it, and he plays, he plays a character he doesn't normally play. You gotta watch it because it made me cry multiple times.
Okay, sounds interesting. Another thing to go into my Shia LaBeouf queue.
Yeah.
Vivian says, by the way, it's totally fine if you didn't. I get it. I get it. You're busy, but I think it'll totally be worth the 3 minutes out of your day/night. Good to know. It's a solid recommendation. Rebecca said, love you all. Got to hit the hay. Got to work in the morning. You're probably long gone by now, Rebecca, but if you're still there, good night. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Etsley says, zoos are so scary because I've always thought they would escape. LMAO. In certain cases, you're right. Miranda says, at the Golden Knights game, but needed to check in. Love y'all. Thank you so much, Miranda.
Multiple people can't stand that gymnastics scene. Waste of a...
Oh, dude, it's so horrible. Yeah. It just makes no sense. Yesenia said good night to Rebecca. Yesenia said, I'm the person that would let all the animals out of their cage and try to cuddle them. That's hilarious.
Let's see. Mrs. Zilla says, I stand ghost elephant stickers. I don't even know how I'd draw a ghost elephant. It would just be an elephant. Anyway,
Vivian says, I personally think that zoos are overrated. The cool animals are always, quote, in the inside part or never do anything worth seeing. They are also festering prisons of inequality. I like zoos, but I have to combat the fact that I hate that the animals are in captivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want animals to be in captivity, but I also want to see animals, but I also don't want to die. So
yeah.
I don't mind it if an animal is endangered and its habitat has been destroyed and they're breeding them in captivity so that they can make sure that they can release them back into the wild at some point. Then I'm like, that is awesome. I support it.
That's worth giving money
Let me see those cute pandas, that type of thing. Yeah. But, it's definitely hard to be like, this animal would be so much better off had it not been put in the thing that I'm paying money to see it now.
The Snark says, you need to stop signing your emails, L. Glitch says, every time I hear L, I think of Death Note, but the good one, not that shit movie.
You mean the true version?
No,
as we all call it. The true believers call it.
The Netflix
I've almost
version?
knocked over this microphone twice tonight.
Yeah, that Netflix movie was atrocious.
Yesenia says something that I think we all need to hear. She says, my cat is in heat, and it's so annoying.
Oh my god, dude. Cats in heat. I can't. Oh my gosh.
Is it because they make a bunch of noise?
Also, they just do things that are not cute.
They sit spread eagle and pointing at it, like put something there.
Tianlung says, that's exactly why I signed my emails L, because of Death Note.
Oh, wow.
L is my favorite character. I think he is the cutest character, which is why I hate that the Netflix movie ruined it so badly. It was so, ugh. All right.
Vivian says, in our local zoo, it is covered with Canadian geese, which are the meanest animals on earth, and they terrify me to my very core. They are loud and mean and try to steal your food. That's hilarious. Yesenia says, I've never seen a Canadian goose, and Vivian says, stealing food is where I draw the line. Yesenia is like, I will happily share my food, LOL. Depends on the food, I think, on that one.
Tianlong says, the zoo would get reindeer during the winter months. You could pay to feed them like giraffes.
Wow.
I would pay to feed a reindeer. I would pee. Whoa.
I would pee on a reindeer so quick. I would pay to pee on a reindeer. Hashtag Robin Grace Fetish.
No, I would pay to feed a reindeer because they're so stinking cute. When we got to see all the deer in Kyoto, oh my gosh, deer are so
I would like to point out that was
adorable.
the one thing I said I wanted to do when we went to Japan, and she could plan the rest of it. And it was awesome, so it was a good call on my part. Vivian said, do any other states do state fairs? If you're speaking about the United States of America, every state does a state fair, and if there's an exception, I do not know about it. It will not scroll. Even says, like, is there a Nevada State Fair? Because we only have the Ohio State Fair, but are there others? Yes, there are. All right, what else do we got here? It is not moving. It is completely frozen.
Aw, Tianmeng says, Adam, the LA Zoo is a world-renowned breeding program for condors.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so freaking cool.
Another Jurassic Park reference, because the beginning of Jurassic Park, when they're debating about the ethics and the morality behind bringing back a species that's extinct, his argument is condors. If I created an island of condors, you wouldn't have anything to say.
That's exactly what he wrote. It says, cue the Jurassic Park reference.
Boom. High five. This fucking microphone. What is wrong with it? It's going to fall over and hit me in the tooth, and I'm going to get a chipped tooth, and it's going to hurt.
Mrs. Zilla says, dinosaurs scare the crap out of me because they are too real of a possibility. China is trying to bring them back, and I'm just, no, why would you do that?
It is going to happen.
All right, so your turn. Oh my gosh, Glitch says hashtag yellow Christmas.
Oh my god, that's gross. Vivian says, oh, back to Supernatural. There was an episode where they referenced Gilmore Girls and Sam got all uncomfortable and I laughed so hard I cried a little. That's funny. I did not realize that. Vivian says there are so many white-tailed deer in Ohio, but every time I see one, I still get excited. I once saw 11 in one person's yard. Yeah, we had a family that used to come to the back of our yard, a family of white-tailed deer. Because I'm from Northwest Indiana, and you just see them like come in, basically shit in your yard, and then leave, which was never nice. But
is it really big, to pick up deer poop?
Is deer poop big? Is that the question?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't pick it up, but yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't you pick it up if it pooped in your backyard?
Big yard, dude. It's like fertilizer. Grow. It's nature. Maya says, hello. Of course, it moved on me. Maya says, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? We're doing well, Maya. How are you doing? Even says dinosaurs scare me because they're supposed to be dead. Sometimes
dead's better.
You stole it, and I hate you so much for that. Yesenia said, do I do... Gotta slow down. Yesenia said, dude, I once saw a family of deer waiting to use the crosswalks twice. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. That is pretty awesome. I once saw a deer try and leap over 3 lanes on a freeway, not make it, collide with the windshield of a car, get shot in the air 30 feet before it came down in a just crumpled mess, and its antlers fucking exploded when it hit the ground. Just shot everywhere. It hit my brother's car because we were driving behind the car that hit it. It was just some of the most bizarre shit I've ever seen. Then later that night, I was going to my friend's house. I was like, I have got to tell him I just saw this deer shoot straight up in the air. He won't believe it. And I was sitting at a stop sign. There's a 4-way intersection, so it's like, you can go through. It's 2 lanes on each road, right? And it's the middle of nowhere, clear skies. And I swear to God, a lightning bolt came out of nowhere and hit the transformer on the telephone pole next to me, which then exploded, showering sparks onto the ground and the road. And I was just sitting there. I'm like, I'm pretty sure God wants me dead right now. And I got to his house. I was like, I saw these 2 things. It was John. He totally believed me. He didn't think I was crazy. And I was like, I kind of wish I would have seen those 2 things combined with a deer shot in the sky 30 feet, which was then struck by a bolt of lightning, which then exploded. And he was like, that is so fucking
that is
gross.
Horrible. Okay. Let's see. Mrs. Zilla says, Littlefoot scares me. And Glitch says, no, I'm sad. Thank you. Have you ever watched the Land Before Time?
Yeah, there's fucking 11 of those movies.
I did not know that there's that many. All I know is I've watched the first one, and it is so sad.
Yep.
So sad.
All right.
That's a Scott Pilgrim reference if you guys didn't know.
It's not a race, guys. Yeah, I got you. All right. I'm going to move into my second and the final email of the show. The subject is Salvadorian homegrown horror, in parentheses, can read on the podcast. And it starts out like this. Hi, Adam, Robin, and Spooky Mom.
Hello.
Hello. And my mom yells hello from somewhere unknown. It was really cool hearing my story read on the podcast. I wasn't expecting it, and I had to stop playing it partway through because I was freaking out at work. As a kid, I would get super nervous when the teacher would read my essay out loud. This totally brought back that feeling. That's hilarious.
What teachers read essays out loud?
I had teachers that did that in like 3rd or 4th grade, where your essays were like short, like 1 page, but it was when your pages were like landscape pages, like super wide lettering. You know what I mean? I think that's when they read the essays out loud, but I don't know.
I mean, then they're not essays. They're like
sentences.
sentences.
Don't shit all over 3rd grade Adam's essays, okay? They were good stuff. I wrote in about my
So what
sister's
happened?
haunted apartment. You don't want to know. You don't even care. You're just rolling your eyes about this. You don't need to know the dynamics of third grade Adam's inner mind. I don't remember. I wrote in about my sister's haunted apartment, and you guys brought up something I hadn't considered before. What would I have done had I known the place was haunted beforehand? Maybe it was better not knowing since the presence seemed harmless. Anyway, I'm going to share more stories with you, which have been in my family. My parents are from El Salvador in Central America. They moved to the U.S. in the 70s before I was born. When I was a kid, I used to beg my mom to tell me this story. I'm not sure of the origin exactly. Give me 1 second. I need water because my mouth is making those noises, so I'm going to try and get rid of that.
Sounds like a vagina. You can tell my brain is really tired. Okay?
It sounds really horny to me.
Oh my god.
Keep bringing up weird stuff. All right. I've marked it. We're going to jump back into it. Here we go. Sharing the 70s stories. That's what we're doing. When I was a kid, I used to beg my mom to tell me the story. I already said that. It is not clear whether this happened to someone in her neighborhood or a friend of the family or what. It's been a while since I've heard it, so I'm going to try and recreate it faithfully. This takes place in a rural part of El Salvador. Let's say it was sometime in the 1960s, before Uber and Lyft. A young man had met a young woman from another village, which was a bus ride away. He was so smitten, or as I, Adam, like to call it, in deep smit. He was so smitten that he went to visit her every Saturday.
That's
he
cute.
enjoyed her company so much, one day he ended up missing the last bus of the evening. The fastest way to get back home was to ride a horse through the woods. The girl's father warned the young man that there were spirits in the woods, and the best thing to do to keep them away was smoke a cigar. Apparently spirits, in parentheses like me, hate cigar smoke. Interesting. I did not know that. I guess it's kind of like smudging.
That sentence kind of confused me for a little bit. I was like, wait, are you a spirit? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I kind of got that sense too.
But it's just
They
like
also
they
hate
also
cigar
hate
smoke.
cigar smoke.
So their spirit will also hate cigar smoke.
Yeah.
So it'll be like doubly as bad once you're a spirit. The young man started his journey home surrounded by the darkness of the trees and the nighttime noise of the jungle fauna. It's a really good sentence. Nice. I just see it in my mind's eye.
You should write a book.
As he continued through the woods, he started to hear sounds of twigs snapping. This seemed like a good time to bust out that cigar, right? We know it's that fucking elephant from Elle's email earlier. As he continued on his way, the horse started nickering and pulling in a different direction. The young man began smoking more furiously now, noticing the change in the horse's behavior. They soon came to a clearing in the woods to what looked like an orchard. The horse started snorting with more frequency. He dismounted to take a moment to figure out where he was. As his eyes adjusted in the darkness and cigar smoke, he was startled from movement underneath one of the trees. A long, graceful hand, glowing white in the moonlight, was beckoning him towards one of the trees. In his shock, he let go of the horse's reins, and the horse started trotting over towards the white figure under the tree.
Oh my gosh.
There's going to be a swamp, and he's never going to see that horse again. Hashtag never-ending story. Hashtag that movie sucks.
Shut up.
Terrified.
You've never even seen it.
I've never finished it. Terrified, but knowing that he could not lose his girlfriend's family's horse, he started towards the tree, fearful that it was some ghostly woman luring him to an early grave. He had grown up with stories of the, this is going to be interesting, Siguanaba. They put in the pronunciation, thank you so much for not making me sound stupid, a spirit which, unless that's not how you say it, and I just sound like a moron, a spirit, don't double tap me, I don't need the condescending
It was a triple tap.
Wow, that's even worse. A spirit which would appear as a beautiful woman, either naked or in white, who would lure men to their deaths. As he neared the tree to retrieve the horse, with heart pounding in his chest, he stepped onto something that squelched under his foot. I'm telling you, it's that swamp. His heart was in his throat as he looked down. Under his foot was not the viscera he imagined, but instead an overripe mango which had fallen from the tree.
Oh man, those things are so gross when you step on them. It's like...
I don't know. I've never seen an overripe mango. In an instant, he realized that the ghostly hand was not attached to a temptress shroud in white, but in fact, the tall of a white mare flickering back and forth as she happily chowed down on some fallen mangoes. His horse was taking in the fruit feast as well.
Aww,
in the end,
cute.
the young man made it home safe after a pretty good scare. I'll send him my father's personal, let me say this right again, Siguanaba story as well. Much love, Crystal. It's pretty good.
It's cute.
Like, you think that's just some like weird, terrifying thing in the darkness, and it's like that is literally just another horse. And that the horse you were on was just like, what up, other horse? And free fucking ground food. Well, this is amazing. What a nice night.
Growing up in Hawaii, you step on a lot of wet mangoes, and
Really?
it's just so gross and squishy.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up in Indiana, so like running through like a field of corn is normal for me. And knowing to wear like long sleeves so you don't get cut up and you don't get spiders on you is something that just is ingrained in my personality. So
Spiders.
good stuff. That was a solid story. Well written. Thank you
Yeah.
for sending that in. We sincerely appreciate it. I really like the stories where it's not what you think it's going to be. Like, those ones are always just like, maybe because like there's a twist in it, like, ooh, what a twist. But it's also really fun when they're just like funny or benign or something kind of cool like that. So one more time, thank you for sending that in.
Thank you so much. To our chant. Mondo Alba says, how do you finish the never-ending story? It's never ending.
Exactly.
Now that just reminds me of that song that never ends.
You gonna sing it?
Nope.
This is the song that never ends. We used to sing it on the bus to drive our bus driver crazy.
Let's see.
All right. Scrolling. It is frozen.
Mrs. Zilla says, I've never seen the never-ending story, but I have a Great Pyrenees, and everyone says he looks like the flying bear thing.
I thought you meant you have a great pair of knees. I was
Pyrenees.
like, nice knees.
It's a giant white dog.
Those are the bee's knees.
I think he's a dragon, actually. The big, long... It's a dragon.
From Neverending Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's a dragon.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
I know because I've seen it half a time.
But I can totally imagine. You have to send us a picture of your Omen baby because now I
for
have
sure.
to see it.
All right, let me do the YouTube stuff because for those of you watching in YouTube, I'm going to read your stuff and then switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast so you can do the marbles on stream race and try and win yourself some free merchandise. For those of you whose first night it is, if you're already in Twitch, you are good to go. If you are on YouTube, just go to twitch.tv, sign up for a free account. It does not cost a dime. Go to our channel, which is twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. You'll jump in. It looks just like Twitch, it looks just like YouTube. On the right-hand side, there's chat. And once we get the game going, all you have to do is like say something in chat, and we're going to give you a chance to win some free merchandise. Yestenia told me, I ruined her night because that's so sad. I'm not saying that a deer getting hit by a car is not sad. I'm just saying when it shoots 30 feet in the air, it is crazy. Also, deer overpopulation is a very serious thing in Northwest Indiana. Like, it gets really bad. They'll destroy all the crops, and you have deers running across the road and getting hit and hitting cars, which is very dangerous for people who are driving. Vivian says, deer poop is like little brown jelly beans, but don't eat them. Don't tell me what to do, Vivian. I'll eat whatever shit I want.
So they're like rabbits.
Yeah,
Are they
they're like big
pellets?
old rabbits. Like, then they jump really high, too. So, yeah, I bet you they actually are rabbits. We've just not
That's how
named them correctly.
jackalopes are made.
Have you ever seen a
Deer
rabbit?
mate with rabbits.
Wow. Have you ever seen a deer? Fuck. Joke is ruined. Have you ever seen a rabbit's second form?
No.
This isn't even my final form. This thing will not scroll.
What's the rabbit's second form?
A deer.
Oh.
But it's not its final form. This fucking thing, dude. I'm going to lose my mind at this app.
Mrs. Zilla says, you just lost the game. Thanks, Adam. Adam doesn't know what that is.
Yes, I do. Dickface, I've known for 7 years. Thanks.
Oh, really? How do you know?
Because you and Brett told me.
Oh, so you don't really know.
Wow, you're such a douchebag. Vivian says, yeah, especially when they're giant lizards. Nope, it just scrolled me to the very top, so that's already been read. Vivian said, well, I got to scoot, but stay beautiful, stay awesome, stay spooky. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Maya says, LOL, I fangirled so hard when we read my comment, my husband laughed at me. You know what? I understand getting laughed at. I understand laughing at people, but thank you so much for actually caring.
Yeah.
You read your comment. Say whatever you want during these. Well, not like
No,
like
don't say
mean
whatever
stuff,
you want.
but communicate with us. This is totally
Yeah.
100% like reciprocal. We want people to talk to us so we can talk back. Jill said, LOL, the condescending tap. I fucking hate it, Jill, so much, and she does it so often. It's her go-to move to be like, "You're an idiot. Don't smudge my makeup." Akbar said, "Bye-bye. Don't smudge my makeup." Jill said, the never-ending story. I have a nephew. A never-ending story. I have a nephew named Atreyu.
Aww.
That's awesome. And you said, I want to host a Spooky Friends meetup in my mansion and watch scary movies and eat lots of food. I'm down for that. You had me at food.
I love food.
I'm a fat piece
I
of crap.
love food.
All right.
Glitch
you
says,
can go ahead and take over now. I'm going to get marbles on stream set
Glitch
up.
says, did you know wombats poop squares? Fun fact.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I'm pretty sure wombats are aliens now. There's no way that they're from this earth if they poop squares.
I don't know. Maybe they have those things like in that episode of Doctor Who where they go to that world where you can put the chip in your body that when you vomit, it turns into like a cube. You vomit
I
up a
sincerely
cube.
don't remember this episode at all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. They pick up that stupid douchebag dude who decides he wants to get the chip put in, and he can vomit up ice cubes. But
way to retell the same thing just in a different voice.
And it does a whole bunch of other stuff too. It's just so stupid, and he tries to take advantage of knowing things that happen in the future. It's just so dumb. And I don't know, maybe that's what the wombats have. They have this fancy chip from the future. They just poop out these squares, perfect squares.
I'm sure that's exactly what it is.
Let's see. Ba-ba-ba.
Lots
Lots of badger, mushroom, badger. I don't know what that is. I don't know what these are. Maybe I'm too old. I don't get it. Oh, it must be some memes from way back in the day. I don't know them.
This is all you right now. I'm
Oh
trying to
my
get this thing set up. I'm
gosh.
trying to do something new. So you keep looking over at me for comment, and like I have no idea what you're saying. I'm totally tuned out right now.
All
I
right.
apologize, but I'm supposed to be able to use my phone to be a dashboard for our thing so that I can watch what you folks are saying while we're doing this. And I just opened it up, and it basically said, Adam, go fuck yourself.
Glitch said, Newgrounds. Come on, Robin. So for me, the only thing I ever did on Newgrounds is play the inappropriate adult dating sims. Okay, that is all I ever did on Newgrounds. I didn't do anything else but play those stupid games.
What is Newgrounds?
It's just a website that has a whole bunch of different stuff on it, but they had a whole bunch of different games that you could play. I'm sure it was kind of like Reddit where you could have different forums and stuff like that, but I just played inappropriate dating sims.
You say inappropriate. What does that mean?
Like
NSFW?
Yeah, not safe for work.
So is it dating sims or is it boning sims?
It's date, like you have to date the people and
Here.
then you bone them.
Let me ask you this, and this is what I'm really trying to say. Do you have like an option to switch holes?
What the
Then
fuck?
no. Then it's not inappropriate dating sim. It's just like super romantic dating sim. What?
Get away from me.
You're the worst vampire in the business, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god. So the snark says, if you had one superpower, what would it be?
To vamp.
I don't know. I feel like I would just want to be really smart, but being able to move stuff with my mind would be cool. I don't think invisibility would be cool. Being able to, like, super strength, that'd be pretty neat. What's going on?
This is not working. Yeah. So you keep vamping.
Let's see. Mrs. Zilla says it was games where you get to keep your clothes. Glitch says flash games. Tianlung says that's some early 2000 Newgrounds shit.
All right, there we go.
I mean, I didn't really use Newgrounds for anything other than that. So, Are you done?
I have it ready to go. Yeah, you can still talk though.
Oh, cool.
Dead air is just the worst thing. It just makes me cringe. That's all. I'm sorry.
Air is always living.
What?
It's a living, breathing thing.
Air?
Air?
I just
It's
have
moving
no.
all around us.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. How this relates to literally anything.
You said dead air. I'm just trying to make a joke. My
I
brain's
just don't
tired.
understand it. Akbar said, same in regards to something I can't see because I can't scroll this thing right now because the program's a piece of junk. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that and go to our YouTube channel so I can just read this stuff because I literally can't see anything that you folks are saying right now, which is just so uber frustrating. And look, the Epic Games app decided to open up and try and make me download something for free that I don't want. Yep, it's
What's wait.
the Epic Store.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Wonderful dead air. All right. Please read something, dude.
I can't type too. Hold on. Exclamation point. No, that's a 1.
All right, folks. Do the voting. Exclamation point vote, space, then the number that corresponds with the track that you would like to race. Once you do that, we're going to get some stats up in here. the season has reset. So we're just going to look at the like global stats to see what the average time is. And we're going to race this, and we're going to get you some free merch. Robin, what's that free merch about?
We have stickers, coasters, things like that. I choose what I would like to send. Sometimes, if we're not too busy, I ask you what designs you'd like. But I do send out like a sticker, coaster, or something. We have some window clings, I think a couple still. So it just kind of depends. Let us know what you guys like. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, number. That one. Typing upside down really hard.
All right, there we go. I have the chat back because I'm over there at YouTube. All right. Yesenia said they wanted to have the spooky meetup. Akbar said same. I'm still here because I'm indecisive. Radio Killa says, finally get to see you live. What up, Radio Killa? You came in at a really bad time because we're moving from stories to our wonderful event where we're going to give away some free merchandise.
So if you want to hop on over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. We're playing marbles with all our awesome Twitch followers. Well, not followers. I don't know. If you guys haven't followed us on Twitch yet, please follow us on Twitch. But yeah, we're just playing marbles over here. Join us.
Indeed. Indubitably. I also added something in so you can see our chat in the side of the stream. I don't know if you noticed that. It's showing up over here on the YouTube for me. It's right above the window. I think Robin doesn't realize I'm talking to her. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'm going to race Bongo Boogie here. This is a really short track. Minute 14 is the average. It is by far and away the leader in votes. So let's go ahead and get into that. You're killing me, bro.
What? I'm sorry. What were you telling me a second ago?
That I added something in so you can see the chat on the window. It's above the thing where you can see us. All right. Everyone type an exclamation point
Whoa,
play
how cool
if you would like
is
to join.
that?
Apparently not cool enough to notice.
Oh no, there's no space. Hold on. PLAYAARDVARK. I need a haircut. I'm wondering, like, in the car on my way home today, I was just thinking, how do I want to get my hair cut? Do I want to get it just a trim to cut off all the color? Do I want to get it super short again? What do I want to do? I don't know. Do I want to dye it at all? First world problems.
This has been Robin's Hair Corner with Robin.
The Snark says, OMG, shitty bag ramen with an egg. It's my soul food, y'all. I am obsessed with the carbonara ramen that is from the same company as the people that do the super spicy chicken ramen. And it's like cheesy, creamy, delicious ramen. And oh my gosh, it's addicting. And I put like Japanese mayo on it. And then I'll put 2 fried eggs on it and just eat that. And it's probably like 800 calories, but holy crap, it's so good.
All right. If you would like to join in the race right now, type in exclamation point play to get your marble on stream. We only have 14 folks joining us right now for the race. You guys are probably like, technical difficulties, get fucked, Adam, and left. Let's hope that's not actually the case. But we're at 14 right now, and we'll wait just a little bit to see who else wants to join before we get started. Tell us more about your hair. I know you're talking about...
Laura Ann says, I want to cut my hair into a bob for the Roaring 20s.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I know your mom is cutting her hair like an A-line.
I don't know what
or
that
not
means.
an A-line. Yeah, it is an A-line, right? Where it's like this, where it's like short up here and then goes long at the front.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
I know you're talking about mainly wanting to do it so you can get rid of like the color that's on the ends of your hair, which is
I do want to get rid of it. It's really long though. Like the color part is still really long, so my hair would go all the way back up here. You
right.
know?
It's the last remnants of when you
bad dye job
had to get rid of a bunch of your hair.
Yeah.
All right, we only got 14, but apparently that's what we're going to get for this race. So we're going to go ahead and get it started, ladies and gentlemen. You have 10 seconds from right now to join.
Mrs. Zilla says, I have Winona the Writer's haircut from Stranger Things right now. It's a cute haircut.
Stressed mom? I think it's the stressed mom look.
What the fuck? She also says, go short, YOLO. I chopped off all my hair 2 years ago.
Wow, Badger Shell jumps out to a really early lead.
Holy crap, that was really
with
fast.
Killsma right behind. However... Badger Shell is going to be making this big jump here in a sec, and then we're going to see how everyone else fares coming across. Killsman has caught up, though.
Man, when I had really short hair, though, washing it was a breeze. And now it takes so much shampoo and so much conditioner. Back then, it was just like little spurt in my
Just
hand.
a little squirt,
Fine.
little squirt, little spurt.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I
A
want to
Meadows did not make the jump. That is a bummer. Everyone else has come through. Right now, Badger Shell is in first place, fighting it out with the Scriptery, it looks like, which is fun, walking down the stairs.
You can do it.
58 seconds is the record, so someone has completed this track in about the time we've been racing it so far.
Stairs freak me out on these races because when you bounce, you're going to fall out the sides, you know?
I thought you were just going to say stairs freak you out in general.
No.
Like
this,
that makes
someone's
sense.
going to launch off the side.
Yeah, for sure. Badger Shell and the Scripter are really duking it out right now, but I think Badger Shell is going to take it. First place goes to Badger Shell. Congratulations, Badger Shell. If you want to get yourself a sticker, coaster, some piece of merchandise, Tian Long has been eliminated, along with the Robin Grace. You can go ahead and email storytime@scarish.com and let us know where we can send something to. It looks like Mondo Alba and Laura Ann are about to finish up, and this super quick first race of the evening will come to an end. I think Laura Ann, against all odds, has somehow found a way to sit in this bowl without being able to move forward. That is so funny.
How is that possible?
I don't know. This is more impressive than actually completing the race, is being in between all of these speed boosts and somehow managing
now you just have to wait.
Sit perfectly still. Let's all wait for this marble to be eliminated by the encroaching wave of death.
What's going to hit first? The time or
the time
wall?
is actually supposed to be a countdown for when the wall eventually will reach, like, the goal. You know what I mean? So I think this thing will get her just before the countdown ends, because it actually doesn't perfectly align. The map sometimes ends before this thing gets to the bowl that everyone, like, dumps into in this end. So, yeah, I think that's how it's going to end. So, right on. Good work, Laura. We appreciate you. And you're gone.
That was mean.
Congratulations, Badger Shell. You're up to 16 points on the season. You got to win. Right now, the Snarked has 18. Tianlong has 10. The Scriptery has 8. It's pretty good stuff.
Badger Shell says pass Badger Shell says pass it on.
Pass it on? Well, I just got rid of that. So whoever was second place, that was the Scriptery.
That was the Scriptery.
Whoever was third place, unless the Scriptery
Unless you want one. So you can come over. We can watch Noelle and you can pick your sticker stuff.
There you go.
I just got a new one if you want the new one. Hey. What? Anyway.
That was really mean for no reason. Everyone type an exclamation point vote if you would like to pick the track that we're going to race next.
The Scriptery says pass it on. So that would be Killsma. That's third. Pretty
All right,
sure.
Congratulations, Killsma.
So I'm trying to think what you guys haven't gotten yet. Just email me what design you guys would like, because I know I've sent you a few different ones. Just let me know. Email us, storytime@scarish.com. I want to vote for a number. Exclamation point? Vote? How do you spell that?
VOT.
No, I know. I'm trying to spell it upside down. Dingleberry.
It's kind of cool. Don't call me Dingleberry. It's kind of cool to watch the votes come in on the stream itself for those of you who are in it. I know you guys could see it anyways, but I'm just really happy we have that little chat box, okay? Just let me be happy. Small victories. Everything was supposed to work tonight, and so much stuff has not worked tonight. But to be honest, a lot of stuff did go right, so I'm totally okay with it. Let's let this thing keep scrolling to see where we're at. Coils of Power is in first place, but there's only 4 votes for it. We have a lot of stuff out there that only has a single vote, like, scattered across so many different tracks. Very, very interesting. Maya says, oh, man, I missed you reading my last comment. I was checking on dinner, and husband told me you guys already read my comment. Sad face.
Oh,
it's nice that he told you, though. Shout out to your husband for being supportive. It's pretty awesome.
Ow, my hip.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
No, it hurt real bad. It popped.
Yesenia said, good night, Spooky Fam. See y'all next week. Thank you for joining us, Yesenia. We will see you next Wednesday. The new leader in votes is Hop, Skip, and a Jump. And I'm not sure which one that is, but it apparently has more than 4 votes.
Sounds terrifying.
Does it sound terrifying?
It sounds like everyone's going to just jump off the edge.
Pixel's Death Alley. Does that sound scarier than Hop, Skip, and a Jump?
Yes.
Really?
No.
Oh, my God. I can't figure you out. You are an enigma.
Miss Zilla says, tomorrow's my birthday, and this stream made my night tonight. Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday. I don't
I
know
was
why
trying
that
to
took so
think-
long to come out.
I was trying to think of what's the word for the day before. Happy birthday, Eve.
Eve, that was the word that was... All right. Happy birthday, Mrs. Zilla, or happy birthdays, Eve. Laura Ann says, we're all going to die. Let's hope not.
We all
but
do eventually.
We're going to go with hop, skip, and a jump. The record time on this one is 1 minute and 7 seconds. So you folks are all about the quick races tonight. You just want it to mercifully end. So let's get in here. Once the screen pops up, everyone type in exclamation point play right now.
Look at the doggo. This is Mrs. Zilla's doggo.
Oh my God, it's so
It's
cute.
so cute. I just want to boops it.
All right. I will say that I like the way this track looks because this is straight up Dragon Ball Z colors right here. I am a fan. Hashtag subscribe. Mash that subscribe button.
Did I? Oh, hold on.
Probably not.
Shift exclamation point. No, that's an @ symbol. PLAY. Enter.
All right. We got 13 marbles this time. Instead of 14, we need one more person to get to as many as we had before. We need 2 more people to get to +1, which is always the goal for the race. The world record holder is Ionut Adrian. I don't know. I'm not going to read this. It's this person right here who has 1 minute and 7 seconds, like I said earlier. Come on, folks. We know someone out there needs to type an exclamation point play. Not sure who it is, but there's so few people. I'm going to hunt you down and figure it out.
Oh, no, she's in there.
She's in there. I think it might be Kilsma. Kilsma's like, I got a victory. I'm good, dog. All right. We're going to wait. We're going to wait just a little while longer. There's Kilsma.
God, I'm joking.
Called out Kilsma. Kilsma's like, my bad. Do you need a pat on the back?
No. Tianlong asks, what are the various colors, blue, white, green, about the names? We don't know.
I think white are followers. I think blue are subscribers. And I think the purple is admins. I don't know.
I don't think so. Because
Cool.
I'm an
Well, then you
admin.
propose what you think it is.
It doesn't make sense. I think it's just random, TBH.
I don't think it's random. I think there's a point. I think there's a point to these colors, but I don't know. Can't say. So, gonna go ahead and click start. If you have not joined us and you would like to, you have 10 seconds to do so from right now. And we're gonna get going with this last race of the night.
Glitch says Saiyans always sprinkle when they tinkle.
Wow.
From Dragon Ball Abridged. That's what Glitch said. I don't know.
I
Is it
gotcha.
from Dragon Ball Abridged?
I don't remember it from Dragon Ball Abridged. I've watched a lot of it, but I don't remember that part in it. We're accelerating into a funnel, so we got some time to talk about this. Which episode is it? Because I don't think I've seen past the Frieza saga. I started to watch the Cell saga for DBZ Abridged, and it wound up being copyright struck by Funimation because they ruin everything that is good and fun. So not sure if it came in a little bit after that or not.
Badger Shell says, Badger Shell ain't an admin, but I can be if you want me to be.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. So I'm pretty sure the camera is actually trapped in this right now. So I had to move the camera out. The Snark has been eliminated. We're all caught in this big ball, but Mondo Alba has made it out first. The Scriptery, one of the Meadows has also made it out. It's A Meadows. Tianlong is now out as well. Mondo Alba makes the jump as well as the Scriptery. When I said made the jump, I lied. You actually did not make the jump. You are gone. The Scriptery is in there. Mrs. Zilla did not make the jump.
This is horrifying.
This is kind of awesome to watch. M. Meadows didn't make the jump. I did not make the jump.
No one's going to survive this one.
I mean, a lot of people already did make the jump, so I think some people will. Laura did not make the jump as well. I believe right now, with all the death and dismemberment, the Scriptery and A. Meadows are running neck and neck.
The Snark says, damn, babe, we Titanicked.
That's hilarious. All right, A. Meadows is definitely in the lead right now, and we are coming up on the end really quickly here. So we'll see if you were able to circumvent. Yes, you did. Everything.
Wow.
A. Meadows is most definitely the winner of this one. Glitch Grim could not bear to witness it and just jumped off the edge of the map. The Scriptery will be second. Badger Shell has also fallen off. Kilsma is going to be third, and we'll see if Robin is able to finish or die.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's very slow going. It's definitely not the A Meadows route through this, but I think you're actually going to wind up finishing.
Looks like a bunch of golf tees.
It totally does look like golf tees. All right, and that is how the evening will draw to a close. The second race, 4 marbles finished. Congratulations, A Meadows, on your victory, bringing you up to 13 points on the season.
I got a big whopping 8 points.
The Scriptery does not have a win this season, but the Scriptery has 16 points in the season from consistently finishing high. Killsman's at 13. You got a whopping 3. You're up to 8. The Snark is also at 18. And actually, no, the Snark stands alone at the top at 18. Tian Long has 10, and Badger Shell has 16. This has been really fun. This is a good time.
You're a good time.
Thank you. I'm glad you put your hand on my shoulder and you didn't give me the condescending 2-tap on that one. You're a dickhead.
All right. So, was there another announcement we were going to make at all this week?
I don't think so.
We did roll out a new cover art for our podcast, which I hope you folks enjoy. I was super excited about it because it's more representative of Adam and I think, with our, because you're like the skeptic bear, because you love bears, yeah, and I love kitty cats. So I thought it was really cute, and I wanted to update it because we haven't updated it in 2 years.
Yep,
so
we've had
nice change. And
we've had this seasonal art, which doesn't typically take over as our new cover art, and we've had like specific episode cover art here and there, which is always really fun. But yeah, we have not updated it, so
yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
You do really good work. So,
Boop.
Good stuff. But I guess, hey, let's move into the regular sign out so we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. So I want to thank everyone that sent in their stories. And if you have a story you would like to send us, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to our social medias, facebook.com/scarishpodcast, and message us there. You can go to Twitter @scarishpod or Instagram @scarishpodcast, or of course, go to our website, scarish.com, click on Contact Us, send in your story that way. We would absolutely love to hear from you. It's really fun to do these things. It's really fun to do them live. Every now and then you get a peek behind the curtain to see that it's a little bit messy back here, because sometimes we do have a few things go out of whack, but it's really fun time, and we appreciate it when people interact with us. It's something I hope you folks come out and participate in. Robin, for the folks that wanted to donate to us monetarily, how can they do so?
For those that are... So we have a Patreon, patreon.com/scarishpodcast, and those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1. There's a whole bunch of different tiers you guys can check out. And then we have a coffee, ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast. Those are one-time donations, and those go to help us upgrade our studio setup. Yeah.
Right on. Is that everything? I feel like we missed something.
That's all we don't have any. I mean, if you folks want to donate through Twitch or YouTube, I don't know if there's a donation link on YouTube, but on Twitch there is. You can donate through Twitch. There's a link in our description box. You can totally just click, do a bunch of stuff. It's great.
Right on. So there you go. That's all the different ways that you can kick us some money if you would like to. If not, no big deal. We appreciate every bit of support we get, especially folks that listen, especially folks that share. It is amazing that we have grown to the point we have, and we hope to continue to grow and bring in even more folks, and we hope you're a part of that. So I think that's just about everything we have for this episode 92, Storytime episode 92. So I guess, Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.